This video is made for you, the listener. This has got nothing to do about me, nothing to do about Krishnamurti. This is about your life. This is about if you feel lost in life, if you feel like you're not living your true self, you're living up to expectations, to ideas, following a belief, following an ideology, trying to fit the standards, the norms, whatever the culture that you live in. You're trying to fit, but you don't feel like you fit. Well, that's because they're just random ideas. If you're struggling with this, I completely was convinced that, life's a bitch and then you die. That's all that I can think of. I heard the song when I was 14, and that mentality obviously made me feel more and more depressed. So if you see everything as one bad thing after the other, like one tragedy after the next, if it's an egocentric, this has happened to me, now this has happened to me, why did this happen after I did this? This struggle, I was immersed in it. I was suicidal, anxious, you name it. Like, I was neurotic, I had like OCD, whatever. I'm just saying this because this was my life experience. Luckily, my life as I knew it, as my ego had driven it, as my ideas, my ideologies, all the beliefs, I was married and I was trying to make it work, and everything just collapsed. It crashed on me, and I found myself on rock bottom, and everything just, like, everything I believed in just disappeared. My idea in family, relationships, everything was gone, and I found myself in this empty existential crisis. And that's exactly when I found a philosopher named Jiddu Krishnamurti, and he helped me understand that I need to live my true, sincere self, the humble reality of who I am. Nothing special, nothing extraordinary. A normal human with emotions, faults, trauma, things that I needed to accept, that this is the reality. I was sexually abused. I was not loved by my mum. There was a lot of things that I needed to accept, that this was the reality in the past. And as soon as I could accept this reality to be in the past, that's when I could move on and live in the present, free from my past. What happened to me, fair, not fair, whatever, like, it's just what happened. My friends died. My best friend died when, two of my best friends, my childhood best friend died at the age of 23, and my high school best friend died. Two completely different things, but like, life is short, and as soon as we realize that death could happen at any time, we accept that we are mortal. It's not a fantasy, it's not a fairy tale. It can happen to any of us at any time. And as soon as you can accept that, you're just a normal human being. Accept what you perceive to be your flaws, what you've been hiding, what you don't want to tell people, what you've secretly been feeling. And as soon as you can let go of the ideas of yourself, this is all it is. It's the ego is just an idea of yourself. And if you go like, well, actually, if I look at it, in my case, it was pretty obvious that I drove myself into a hole because of my egoic ideas. So I was like, well, if this is what my ego got me to, I don't want anything to do with it anymore. And from that moment on, I lived a completely different life. And I can't even describe the difference. You're still living the same life, but you no longer focus on the negatives. You accept that people die. You accept that you're gonna lose your job. You accept that you're gonna get sick. You accept that life is just like the ocean. It's waves, and what we do is fight reality. We tell ourselves, we rationalize, blah, blah, blah. We do all these things to fight reality. And this is the conflict that Krishnamurti speaks of. We live in conflict with reality. And as soon as we live free from the conflict, then we no longer swim against the current, fighting the waves. And like as we're going up the wave and complaining how hard it is, we just go in a different direction and just float along, and maybe even surf the waves. I probably surfed the waves. It's a completely different life. If I never would have believed with my past and what I've been through that I'd ever see any glimmer of joy. And last few years have been the best years of my life. And a lot of things have fallen apart, and I'm still ridiculously like just at peace. Everything's fine, you know. Everybody's alive, yeah, cool, we're fine. So all I'm trying to do is explain to you, this is nothing magic, special, divine, nothing like, that's why Krishnamurti never speaks of the word enlightenment. We attached so many ideas to this. What we're speaking about is living your true self, sincerely accepting yourself, deeply rooted, you know, being whole, becoming whole. And from becoming whole, you experience love in a completely different way, because there's no ego attached to it. So it's not, I will love you if you give me this. It's just love. And I suppose that's the only reason I'm doing the videos, because I want you to share this. I want you to have this. If you feel like I'm speaking to the lost souls, the people struggling, the people fighting, the people looking for answers. I don't have any answers. I can't help you. The responsibility of facing yourself, Judgment Day, sounds scary, but like, it's just a gentle going like, treat yourself like a kid, and look at that kid and go and hug it. It's a loving embrace of, they told you it was wrong. They told you you weren't good enough. But you're right. That's it. Just normal, average. Normal is the wrong word, because that's again an idea. But we are who we are. We are unique in our own special way. But in general, this fighting, this conflict, this is what we all share. This is what we all need to... this is our life's mission. We think it's bad when someone breaks up with us. We think it's bad when someone dies. We think that someone leaves to go move somewhere else, we have to miss them. But actually, that's life teaching us. Everything is momentary. Everything is only in the present moment. And it makes you appreciate your friends that you have in the moment so much more, because you love them. You love them fully and completely. And every time I say goodbye, every time I say hello, it's like first time and last time I'll ever see them. And it's weird, but it's been years. And this just grows and grows and grows. The energy, the love is absolutely boundless. And even though I'm struggling with illness, I barely notice, because not because it impedes my life massively, of course, but I don't compare to before. So as long as the comparison is violent. So if I would compare, of course I'd be depressed, but I don't have to. I'm just cool. It is as it is. That's it. So I'm trying my best to try and be as direct and clear as possible. I don't want you to follow me or subscribe. I'm grateful that you do, thank you. I know you're doing it because you know it's helping the message, but I know you understand what I mean with, I wish you could just listen to one video. I think it's possible. Just listen to one video and try and neglect ideas and simply look at yourself humbly and truthfully. The humility part, you need to master that. The humility part, I suppose, I learned that from life. Life humbled me massively. I needed to fall. I needed the falls on my face. And it doesn't matter though. Like, you could be a 14-year-old girl struggling with the stress of becoming a young adult and dealing with comparisons in school. Like, school is harsh, and you could listen to this and understand, like, you're different in a special way. And once we stop comparing and accept ourselves as we are, not compared to whoever's got the biggest booty, or like, it doesn't make any sense. You are who you are, and there's nothing you can do to change it. And the sooner you can accept that, and the sooner you'll be free. And unfortunately, there's nothing I can do to help you, because the responsibility lies upon you. And Krishnamurti does an amazing job at saying the same thing over and over and over and over in a different way. So I definitely, I listened to him and I could understand. And there's no reason why someone else wouldn't be able to. I don't have any spiritual qualification. I came from more of a science background, etc. It doesn't make any difference. It's real human life. It's universal truth to your life. So anybody can understand it. Anybody. So much love to you, and you'll be running for the rest of your life from who you really are. So the sooner you face yourself, the better. And the voices on the outside no longer have to bother you. They're just unimportant little sounds in the background. So yeah. Thank you very much for listening, and talk to you soon. One love.